Boys and girls, today we're going to continue to study division with remainders. And so you're going to need a copy of this worksheet and you're just going to fill it out as we go through it together. So you don't have any additional graded assignments, anything to do on your own. You're just going to watch this video and complete this assignment with me. And that's what's called guided practice. Guided means I'm your guide and practice means we're practicing it. So yesterday we read this really cute little book, A Remainder of One, and we learned about this idea of a remainder as something that is left over after we divide. So we start with a total amount, we divide it up into a certain number of groups. We see how many are going to be in each group, and sometimes there's a little bit left over. It doesn't divide out evenly. So we're going to practice that with some dots today. I know it's not quite as fun as jelly beans, but it'll be faster this way. And we're going to work through 8 problems together. So the first problem we're going to look at, number 1, is 14 divided by 3. So our dividend is 14. We have a total of 14 little dots here. And we want to see if we're making groups of 3, how many groups of 3 we can make in 14. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and circle groups of 3. And I've got these arranged in nice rows for you. These are arrays, but we're going to just use them for division instead of multiplication. So let's go ahead and circle groups of 3. There's one group of 3, 2, 3, 4, and I can't quite make a 5th group. I don't have enough. So the answer to this division problem is that I can make 4 groups of 3 in 14, but I can't make a 5th group. There's not enough there to make a 3rd group. So I'm going to have a remainder of 2 this time. Now, yesterday in our book, our cute little book, A Remainder of One, we always had a remainder of 1 when we were dividing. But it's not just Joe that gets left every single time. You can have more than just 1 as a remainder. You can have Joe and Bob and Sally and however many left over. So if I'm dividing by 3, I could have 2 left over and not be able to make that 3rd group. So 4 remainder 2 as our answer to the first problem. Let's try number 2. Here we have 19 dots altogether, and we're going to go ahead and make groups of 3. So we're going to circle as many groups of 3 as we can. And again, I made this pretty easy for you because I lined them up already in rows of 3. You could still do the problem even if they were kind of randomly spread around the page, but I'm going to make it nice and neat and pretty for our first day of practice. So we're going to circle groups of 3. There's 1 group, 2 groups, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm not going to be able to make a 7th group. So how many groups of 3 can I make in 19? I can make 6 groups of 3. And when I do that, I'm going to have 1 left over. So my answer is 6, remainder 1. Remember that R stands for remainder. That's the leftover. Number 3, I've got 31 dots, and I'm going to divide them up into groups of 4. So how many groups of 4 can I make in 31? There's 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, 6 groups, 7 groups, and that's all I can make. So I have a total of 7 groups that I could make, and I will have 3 left over as my remainder. So 31 divided by 4 equals 7, remainder 3. Number 4, we have 30. Oops, I'm sorry, my head's in the way of blocking off 2 of those numbers, but you can see it on your page. 30 divided by 7, we're going to make groups of 7. So each row has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's my first group of 7, second group of 7, third group of 7. There's 1 more hiding there behind my video. And 4th group of 7. So I can make a total of 4 groups of 7, and then I can't make another group, so these little 2 left over here are the remainder. So 30 divided by 7 equals 4, remainder 2. Try number 5. Oh yeah, I can move myself. Look, there we go. Okay, I moved myself out of the way. 27 divided by 5. I have 5 in each row, so 5. There's 1 row, there's 2 rows of 5. 3 rows of 5, 4 rows, 5 rows, and I can't make another group of 5. So that means in 27, I can make 5 groups of 5, and then there will be 2 little guys left over. Number 6. Let's go ahead and take a look at 45 divided by 7. So 45 dots all together, dividing it up into groups of 7. How many groups of 7 can I make? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in one row. Again, this is an array here. So let's circle groups of 7. There's 1 group of 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's all I can make. So there's 6 rows of 7, and then I can see that there are 3 left over. So 45 divided by 7 is 6, remainder 3. Number 7. All right, let me slide myself up here. There we go. So I've got 66 total here, and I'm going to make groups of 8. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row. So let me circle as many rows of 8 as I can make in 66. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So altogether, I can make 8 groups of 8 in the number 66, and then there will be 2 left over. So 66 divided by 8 is 8, remainder 2. And our last problem, this is pretty quick, wasn't it? 53 divided by 7 means I've got 53 altogether, and I'm going to make as many groups of 7 as I can in 53. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. So let's circle as many of those as we can make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can make 7 groups of 7, and then there will be 4 of them left over. So 7 remainder 4. So you can see that was pretty quick and easy to use the dots. Next week, we'll look at how to do this with some more of the writing and less of the pictures, so that we don't have to do all the circling and drawing of dots every time we solve this. I'll see you next week.